Zuwena was just 13, but life had taught her to grow up quickly. In her small Tanzanian village of Mtowa Amani, every day was a struggle for survival. Her mother Mariam worked tirelessly as a labourer, often returning home with aching muscles and little to show for her efforts. Their home, a humble clay house with a thatched roof, stood near a grove of cashew trees. Every Saturday morning, Mariam would hand Zuwena a basket filled with freshly harvested cashew nuts. "Take these to the market, my dear," she would say with a smile, brushing her daughter's braids. "Remember, every coin counts." Zuwena always nodded. Her mother's determination fueled her own. With a quick prayer and a kiss on the forehead, she would set off barefoot, the morning sun casting golden rays across the dusty paths. One fateful Saturday, Zuwena met Mzee Juma, an elderly man who lived alone near the forest's edge. He was a figure of mystery in the village, a man whose stories of the past were once told around the fire, but who had since withdrawn into solitude. As Zuwena walked by his house, he called out, "Zuwena! Come here, my child." His voice was raspy but warm. She hesitated, clutching her basket. "I heard you sell the best cashews in the village," he said with a smile, his hand gesturing to his modest home. "Why don't you sell some to me?" Zuwena, ever polite, agreed. She followed him to his porch, where he handed her a small bundle of notes for the nuts. "You're a hard-working girl," he said, pouring her a glass of tamarind juice. That first visit seemed harmless, but as weeks passed, Mzee Juma's invitations became more frequent. His behaviour grew unsettling, though Zuwena couldn't find the words to explain it. She began to dread her Saturday trips, yet fear and shame kept her silent. One Saturday evening, Zuwena returned home later than usual, her eyes red and swollen. Mariam noticed her daughter's discomfort. "Zuwena, are you all right?" she asked. "Yes, Mama," Zuwena replied quickly, avoiding eye contact. "The market was just busy." Mariam's heart ached. She wanted to believe her daughter but sensed something was wrong. She decided to keep a closer eye on her in the coming weeks. Zuwena's behaviour didn't go unnoticed by the villagers. Mama Asha, the nosy but kind-hearted neighbour, began to piece things together. One day she pulled Mariam aside. "Mariam, have you noticed how Zuwena seems different lately?" Mariam hesitated. "She's been quiet, yes, but she's just a teenager. You know how they are." "No, Mariam, I think there's more to it," Mama Asha insisted. "I've seen her walking into Mzee Juma's house on her way to the market. She doesn't leave for hours. Something isn't right." Alarmed, Mariam decided to confront Zuwena. That evening, as they sat by the fire, she asked gently, "Zuwena, why do you visit Mzee Juma?" Zuwena froze, her hands trembling. Tears welled up in her eyes as she whispered, He buys the nuts, Mama. But he makes me stay." Mariam's world crumbled. She pulled her daughter into a tight embrace. "Why didn't you tell me?" she cried. Mariam, though heartbroken, was determined to protect her child. The next morning she went straight to the village elders. "This cannot continue," she declared. "We must confront him." The elders called a meeting, gathering the entire village. Mzee Juma was brought forward, his frail frame trembling under the weight of accusations. At first he denied everything, but the community's resolve didn't waver. "We trusted you," Mama Asha spat. "You betrayed that trust." Under mounting pressure, Mzee Juma finally confessed. The elders decided to involve the authorities, ensuring that justice would be served. The following week, before the police could arrive, a chilling discovery was made. Mzee Juma had taken his own life, leaving behind a note filled with regret and apologies. The village was left grappling with a mix of emotions, relief, sorrow, and a renewed sense of vigilance. Mariam, though shaken, focused on her daughter's healing. Zuwena struggled with nightmares and self-doubt, but Mariam and the community rallied around her. Mama Asha organised weekly gatherings to educate children and parents about boundaries and safety, ensuring that no child would suffer in silence again. Years later, Zuwena transformed her pain into purpose. She became a teacher and a fierce advocate for children's rights. Traveling to nearby villages, she shared her story with courage and grace, inspiring others to speak out against abuse and injustice. Her words echoed in hearts and minds. Silence allows shadows to grow. But together, we can be the light.